We're
to save every cent. The price you see is the.
What is all that noise?
Ooh.
That was you, Jerry.
Yep. I was trying to get it, just trying to share it on my page too, but I pulled up something else.
Uh,
I was trying to find y'all so I could share it on my page.
did you find it other?
Oh, my speaker.
Okay, we're going live.
Okay.
Hold on, Valton.
Right.
We're live.
Yes, we are. A very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you once again for joining us on Conversation is Art with your host, Valerie Jones and Valton Johnson. We are glad to be on tonight with you. And as always, we have a dynamic artist and guest, and we've been cutting up prior to coming on live. They said that my computer is so old and so sickly, it must have the Delta variant of the COVID. But that's okay. We're gonna get through this process. But hey, check this out, Birmingham. We've had a wonderful day. The temperatures were about 85 degrees southwest with the wind blowing, and it will be about 85, 86 degrees on tomorrow. Over what is it called?
Overcast.
Yeah, overcast sky.
86 degrees
And
tomorrow. Over.
somebody got some reverb going on.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah.
Is that you, Sherry?
Yes.
So when we have three technicians in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens. So we're operating three different systems here, and we're trying to bring you the best quality entertainment that you can possibly get. But nevertheless, tomorrow it will be overcast skies through the weekend. So please govern yourselves accordingly. It's going to be a storm. I think it's about 50% chance of rain. So put the caps on your heads, ladies, and tie the chin strap down on your wigs so they won't fall off. I'm only kidding, folks. I'm only kidding. Not really. Not really. But anyway.
We're in for it tonight. He in rare form. He's in rare form. Y'all strap in.
But we're here to have fun. This is not one of those situations where we're going to be all tight, but we're going to have a lot of fun with our special guest tonight. So with that being said, I want to welcome you to join us, if you will, please, and tag your friends. You know, we'd like to have a lot of people in the community to support what we're doing.
Yes.
So you can tag your friends to not necessarily political page on Facebook and on YouTube, and on Twitter, I think it's necessarily not. So please tag some folks, get some folks involved in this, because this is quality entertainment, quality talk show that's coming to you virally. Now, when we move to a platform where we have a studio and people can actually come and sit down like the old Arsenio Hall, so then see some of these young folks that don't know anything about that, Val. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to want to break down the doors to get in. So get in on the ground floor now while you still can. And if you want to place an ad, we're taking ads and we'll promote your business through this particular platform, Conversation is Art. We would love to have you as a sponsor. And if you would like, you can reach me at 205-370-7805 for sponsorship information. You can reach me again. That number is 205-370-7805. My wife often asks me, when you're doing public shows, why do you give your personal number out? Because I know how to block those who want to be blocked. I ain't got no problem with you. Come incorrect, you will be discharged. Peace. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. We have a very special guest tonight. Some people say those who play this instrument call themselves a certain word, but I'm going to let her identify how to actually pronounce what she does. This lady here is off the chain. I've been listening to her music for a while. I mean, it is really the pearl of instruments. She has a beautiful instrument, and she plays it so majestically. I'm not going to hold you up any longer. I've been talking for 6 minutes. I can talk all day. So can Valerie, though. But anyway, our special guest tonight is none other than Miss Sherry Reeves. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome,
for being with
welcome.
Thank
welcome.
you. Glad to be here.
Look,
Well,
I
we're
think
glad-
Walter don't have too much sugar today, but he gonna be okay.
Yeah, I did have a double stack brownie.
Oh
but
my
I-
God. That explains it. So
That
Sherry,
explains-
I have been waiting for this moment. First, wanted to let you know we were praying for you and your family because when you were scheduled originally, I
Right.
believe it was your mother-in-law,
Right.
mother-in-law. So we hope you all are on the way to healing and just, I say, adjusting to definitely a new normal when a matriarch like that is taken out of a family. That's a huge loss, but I'm sure
Yes.
she left a legacy behind that the family's going to be carrying on. So we just
She
wanted you to
did.
know we were praying for you when we
Thank
found
you.
that out.
Thank
Right.
you. We're all doing well.
Yeah.
Good.
Great. So you're going to start Valton or me?
Well, I mean, you're.
Oh, no, you
whatever.
wired. I'm going to let you get that sugar high off. Go on.
No. Well, I was going to ask you, Sherry, tell us, please,
Uh-huh.
for my own edification, what instrument is it that you play?
It is the flute.
Okay. Now, how do you pronounce what you do? What are you called in the vernacular of in your area? What are you, a flautist or a flutist?
Lately, all I hear people saying is flutist. I hadn't heard flautist in a
You've never
while.
heard,
Maybe that's the classical version of it.
but you have heard it though, right?
I have heard it. Mhm.
Yeah. So
I'm referred to as the flutist.
okay, because I've heard on the classical side,
Yeah.
when people who are of the higher echelon like to speak in a vernacular that many don't know how to, they call it flautist.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
those classical people might go by flautist.
Okay, but you just blowing old horn,
I just blow that thing.
right? I hear you.
I've never heard it referred to as a flautist. So that tell you I'm not in the upper echelon
never?
of things. Never.
Oh,
It's always been flutist, which
I've
makes
heard
sense.
it. They've asked me that before. Are you a
Okay.
flutist or a flautist? I just say both.
Okay.
Hey, tomato, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, cool. So tell us, how long have you been playing the flute?
Well, I started way back in grade school. I got my basics way back over there in elementary school in 4th grade.
Where did you go to elementary school?
I went to F.E.J. McCall Elementary School.
Okay.
Remember
That's-
that?
Yeah.
It's
still
no
around.
longer standing.
Right.
They
right.
keep tearing down all my old schools.
So where else did you go?
You grieving loss of your old schools.
I'm so sad.
Where else did you go?
I went to Jackson Olin High School and they tore it down too.
Wait a minute, I thought Jackson Olin was still up.
They tore down my building.
Oh, okay. They tore down your building, but they kept the school.
Oh, the school still stands, but they tore my school, the school that I attended, they tore it down.
Okay.
That's,
So you
that's
must
when
been
my
around the-
sister-in-laws came with the school and my
Did you
husband
remember it was
too.
Jackson? There was the Jackson building and the Olin
Yeah.
building. Remember we had the two buildings?
No, really. I never knew
Yeah,
that.
we had two buildings. The vocational building was called the Olin building.
Okay, that's over in Inslee.
No,
Where's that building?
right across the street from Mac Alpine Park.
Where's Jackson Olin?
It's over there in Inslee.
That's what I said. Isn't it in
Oh,
Inslee?
well, I still call it Pratt. Just because it's on the other side of the creek, you know,
Oh,
they
okay.
want to call it Inslee.
That's
See-
right.
see
Set
what-
them straight, Sherry. You know about
Hey,
your
Jerry.
stomping grounds.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jerry,
About your stomping ground.
when I was growing up, we weren't allowed to go on that side of town.
Not fooling with you tonight, Malta. Not fooling with you.
No, but hey, Valerie, but I'm serious.
So Sherry, the 4th grade.
The 4th grade. I got my foundation in the 4th grade.
Grade.
Mhm.
That's amazing because most folk, I don't think we had anybody that young. Have we yet, Valter, that started an instrument in elementary school? Most people were in middle school.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought Cashmere said he started around 5 years old.
Okay, he may have, but I'm saying like the rest,
Oh,
most people start in
no.
middle school, and some have started in adulthood.
Oh, well, well, I went to those schools that went K through 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
did you play in the band?
Yeah, we had a band that performed at the little school programs and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You played the
Mhm.
piano Dale as well?
Marching in concert.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So it took you all the way through college.
I didn't do the 4-year college. I didn't do that.
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't, you didn't need to. You got a gift, honey. You got a
didn't do
gift.
that. Although I did have a scholarship to go to A&M, they scared me. I didn't go.
Ah, I understand.
Sherry, let me ask you this. So in the 4th grade, what
Uh-huh.
made you select the flute?
Maybe because it was silver and shiny.
That's a reason.
I was
That's the one that was
attracted.
pretty.
I was attracted to it. Although I did try the clarinet, it just wasn't for me. I went right back to the flute
Really.
Okay.
So the flute is the only instrument you've played
and
after
piccolo.
private.
Piccolo?
After private.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you played the piccolo.
Mm-hmm. I played that in my junior and senior year in high school.
Okay. I played the kazoo.
That doesn't count.
Play music.
But
I tell you, that little band director used to come and get us out of class to come to the band room and learn everything. I can remember back in the days of elementary school, we used to hide from that man and we didn't want to go to band class. Used to try to
who
hide
was-
up under the table.
so you were in the band at JO also. Was that Donald Crawford?
It sure was. The
My
late
frat
great
brother.
Mr. D.C.
Yep,
Crawford. Donald
that's right.
D.C. Crawford. Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Was Miss Willis your principal? Doris
No,
Willis?
no. What was that man's name? Oh Lord, I can't think of that man's name. What was that little man's name? Oh, I can't think of that man's name. Oh, my classmates gonna get me.
You're so funny. So Donald Crawford was a phenomenal band director. I'm talking about, we would come from miles away just to see you all's band perform.
We was the
That-
stuff.
Yeah, it
Man.
reminds me today of Drumline.
They would come from miles. They would come from all over the city just to watch us rehearse
Yeah, wow.
outside, across the street, back out Pine Park.
You know, the sadness is now that, you know, the arts don't have a big priority a lot of times in schools. And of course, back then, our Black educators knew that was one way definitely for a child if they desired to go to college,
I think what's hurting them.
that you could get a scholarship.
I think what's really hurting them now is that they have taken the band programs out of the elementary schools. I think they've taken them out of the middle schools too. Because
Really?
now when they get to high school, that's the first introduction that they're getting to an instrument. They've
Really?
taken the band programs out of the middle schools.
You know, that's interesting because I was at Homewood Middle School.
Yeah.
You know, and I was listening to their band play. And my daughters both graduated Homewood High School. And the music that the high school had played, the elementary school was playing. And I said, isn't that interesting? I mean, they did not miss a beat, a note, or anything. And so I found it very interesting that these kids will go from the middle school already knowing the music that the high school is going to play.
Well, you know what I vouch, you know probably why. You know, Homewood their band is real popular. They used to always get big invites. So they put a lot of investment. But we know for us in our community, music would keep kids out of trouble, having that component of the arts and everything. You know, sometimes I remember my former pastor say, look, when you keep them out of trouble and have them doing things, they're too tired. I mean, I didn't join the band. I wanted to be a flag girl, Sherry, just to do that. But I like to act. I was a thespian. I went out there. They was out there in that heat. I was holding that pole. When that ended, I told them, oh no, this too much. Band practice is exhausting. Band practice, I mean, you got to get all that stuff down. And they had us standing there, you know, that was back in the day, you held the pole forever until they said, let it go. And you knew not to drop it. So that was my own experience with trying to be a part of the band.
Man, I had to get in and get dirty with it. We used to have them 6 a.m. rehearsals, practices before school started. And after school, Crawford didn't play.
For sure.
So
what's been going on with you? You know, since COVID has come into our lives and we seem like COVID is trying to come back into our lives, but we praying about
Yeah.
that thing.
Better stay on away from here.
Yeah,
I've just
so
been trying to get back in the saddle, get back into gigging and just open to whatever I'm invited to. I get trying to get my face back out there since we've been
Okay.
shut down, because when COVID hit, I had a calendar full of stuff that I had to go do, and one by one, it all got canceled.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
So
was
did
like,
you do it? Did you do
golly.
any virtual concerts during this time?
I did do a virtual concert, and actually I did a Facebook Live right outside my backyard.
Yeah. How did it go?
It went well. I kind of got carried away because I was only supposed to I told myself I was only do like 30 minutes or so. I wound up doing nearly an hour.
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
I got carried away.
And that, that's also because social media, these platforms allow you out, even though you can do your gigs, it still kept your face and your music
Yeah, that's why I did
in
it.
front of people, and I
Yeah.
know I was doing some research, and I noticed your first album was released in 2014. So you started playing at fourth grade, then so what finally made you say by around 2014, I got to do this?
Well, let's see, fourth grade, then high school, concert and marching. And then I say around 1989, I joined my church where I currently attend, More Than Conquerors Faith Church.
Okay.
I went in there and I
Green.
saw, Pastor Green. And I went in there and I saw they had a little band section up in there. And they had a couple of flute players up there on the stage. And I was like, hey, I still have my flute. I want to play with them. And I started playing with those people. And been with them for 30 plus years now.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
Wow.
And where I'm currently a member of the band.
Great.
And,
Good.
it was one year where our lead guitarist, Mr. Anthony Howes, he has a group outside of church. It's called Technique.
Technique. Yep. Technique band and show.
And they had a wedding reception he had to play for. I think back then the president of Miles College, his daughter was getting married, and they was having a reception. He called me up one day and said, hey, I need you to come play your flute for me for about an hour. I was like, oh, okay. I came on out there and I got my little fee for coming out, and I was like, ooh, this what you get for 1 hour worth of work? Where else y'all going? I want to go too.
For the love of money.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I get for this much time. Can I go somewhere else with y'all?
That's amazing. We also had your former church member, Leonard Smith, has been our guest.
Right.
I love me some Trinity. He couldn't believe it. Look, I had the CD and I came and showed it to him. He said, oh, you're a real fan.
Yeah.
That
Now,
brother right there.
I remember what was his name? James Satterfield.
Woo, rest in peace, James.
James was my boy, man. I brought James in to do a concert for me when I was doing a program called Youth on Fire. James did total praise.
Oh,
Soprano, alto, tenor, all three parts. It was amazing.
You sang all three parts?
He did. And I mean, he rocked that place.
What?
He rocked it. I mean, James was one of my best friends.
I know you did.
He was one of my best friends. And I was so hurt when he had gotten sick and taken ill and passed on, but his legacy still lives. So tell me, do you write music?
Not physically on paper, but I could come up with my own parts.
So you make it up as you go along, right?
I do. I play them off the top of my head.
So is there something, Val, that you have in queue that we're going to play tonight?
Yes, we have a couple of songs. We actually have something from her first release. It's called 5 a.m. and this is in 2014.
Yeah.
So Birmingham, we're going to give you a taste of our own, because one thing we make sure we do on Conversation is Art, that we support our local artists. We're not going to be going across the world supporting people with all this talent here and discard them. So we are not going to do our local artists like Jesus folks did him. He said,
hey, I know. But Val, let's take a station break. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have Sherry Reeves with us this evening. Thank you for being with us. And we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, not necessarily political, and on Twitter, necessarily not. So please join us, listen up, and join us, share the page, join us so others can understand what we're doing and enjoy this entertainment. Sherry Reeves, welcome once again.
Thank you.
Yes. So look, we're gonna get this segment started. We're gonna let you get a little taste of Miss Reeves. First project is 5 a.m. So sit back, relax.
At 7:23 p.m., 5 a.m.
All right. 5 a.m.
That's nice.
Yes, very nice.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very, very nice.
Yay.
And you know
Yeah.
what, Valton? I actually found Sherry's video. It was on Vimeo, but it had so much other stuff on it. The reason we didn't show it, because it was really cool. It was a drive through Birmingham, Bolton,
Mhm.
Really.
and all of that, but it was so
Yep.
busy. It had so much
Yeah.
other stuff on it, but
Okay.
it's a very beautiful video.
Yeah,
Very,
Oh,
you're very
dang,
talented. You're very talented.
yes.
you.
So what are the big name stars you've that's performed with you?
What are the big names that's performed with me?
Yeah. Not that you perform with or open for, who's been in your circle that's a big name, other than Sherry Reeves.
Man, why I can't think of this man's name?
Oh Lord.
Well, I hope he's not watching.
We didn't watch it
Hey,
either.
you know, he will never know if she don't call his name, so don't worry about it now.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, man. Because I was on the 4th Avenue Taste of Jazz with this man in like 2013. I can't remember his
Okay.
name now. Why I can't remember his name? Lord, shame on me. I ain't that old.
you having a senior moment and you're not a senior.
No, I ain't no senior.
Hey, nothing wrong with it now.
I
Trust
can't
me.
even call his name.
Yeah.
Lord, I shared the stage with the man. I can't remember his name.
Well, I'm sure now you've been to Perfect Note, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
For sure, for sure.
Now, I've seen a video with you playing there. I recognize the background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with Tremaine and Karen out there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. good
Shout out to
friends.
Tremaine and Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, Cheryl, let's go on back to you say when COVID, when you saw all of your gigs you had canceled, everything was canceled. So I know some of our artists that we've had on since we've been on since September, this was their primary form of income, their career. So were you in that place of this was your only source of income, or do you have a, I guess you say, a 9-to-5 job, for lack of a better way to describe
Well,
it?
yeah, thankfully, I still have my 9 to 5 going. So that
Okay.
wasn't my main source of income.
Right.
Well,
Right.
that's
yeah.
fortunate.
Yeah, it just hurt me from being able to keep my face out there.
Oh yeah, for
Mhm.
sure, for sure. Well, I'm glad you did have another source of income, because one of the things we've had some, and they weren't too proud. Some of them was, what was it, driving Uber? You know, you got to do what you got to do to
Right.
Mhm.
survive, you know, in that
Mhm.
interim. And I
Yeah.
promise you, I mean, with this first album that you had, and also the second one, which we'll talk about, that you said right as COVID came, COVID just changed a lot of things. But I find it interesting with the name of that particular song that it really was, to me, in God's timing, because the name itself kind
Mhm.
of, to me, says what we went through with COVID. I wouldn't say COVID was a journey. I would a trip. COVID was what your album voyage, and we're still on a voyage with COVID.
Yeah.
I think that name was so timely, even though you didn't realize it. That's why,
Yeah.
you know, it's obvious, you know, you seek God and what you're doing, that we didn't know COVID was coming, but God knew. He knew you was gonna name that album Voyage. So hey,
Mhm.
you can always tell people this is a voyage through COVID. You can listen to this
Sure
for
can.
season.
Sure enough can.
Or I wrote this song because of COVID.
Yes, for that, it's
Just saying the
beautiful.
date.
So you said you didn't get to release that. So what's your next steps?
Oh, you mean the Voyage? No, we did release Voyage.
Voyage. Okay, I
We
thought you
just
said you
didn't-
didn't get to release everything.
We did not get to finish my project. I was wanting
Okay.
to do like a 5-track project,
Okay.
and we were able to complete Voyage. We actually finished it in October 2019.
Okay.
We did get it released. We actually submitted it to Smooth Jazz Top 100.
Okay,
And,
great.
and it came in at number 62.
Okay, great. Hey,
Mhm.
keep moving, plugging. You'll be up there, climbing. Which
Yeah.
I'm sure you know Kim Scott.
I
Hey,
do. Mhm.
yeah. So she's up there now. So you'll be
I know,
climbing right
doing
on
great
up there.
things, doing great things for the Flute Sisterhood.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, look, I know Alabama and Birmingham get a bad rap, but y'all
Yeah.
can't touch us on these musicians and this talent we got up
They can't touch
in
our
this state.
talent.
Right. And
guys-
on that note, and with that note, Valerie and
Uh-huh.
Cher.
Got his name, y'all.
What?
I got his name.
What
What
is
is
it?
Ben Tankard.
Oh, Ben. Yeah.
I had
Okay,
to
out
look
of
it up.
Nashville.
I was not gonna let that go down.
Yeah, Ben out of Nashville.
Ben
Yeah.
Tankard.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, yeah. But I was going to say to that point about the talent in Birmingham
Mhm.
that you
Oh
mentioned,
yeah.
Valerie. Birminghamians and those who are listening right now,
Mm-hmm.
Valerie mentioned that you can't touch us in these areas, but the fact of the matter is, you're not touching us at all. We need your support, folk. Talent is leaving. I remember when Mayor Larry Langford said, why is it that talent leave Birmingham to go to other places? It's because people do not support their
True.
own.
Oh yeah.
Now, when Sherry goes off, blows up, you're gonna be big biting chomping at the bit, trying to get in touch with her. But her phone
Yeah.
number's gonna be changed by then. So,
Uh-huh.
so when I say
Uh-huh.
get in on the ground floor, on the ground level, I'm not being funny. I'm just being factual. The fact of the matter is, we do not support our own here in this town.
Yeah.
And I've been having long conversations about that for a long, long time. And I know conversation is art, but I'm gonna be on my soapbox for just a minute. When this is my platform. So when we have talent, Birmingham, we need to support that talent.
For real.
I don't care what Sherry did 15 years ago. That was 15 years ago. Let it go. Support the artists in town and those who have a quality art to present. We're so hell-bent on this foolishness that somebody dated somebody 100 years ago. I don't like their grandmama because she did something to my grandma. Who gives a crap? Support Birmingham, because if we don't support each other, nobody will.
For
And
sure.
then we'll end up leaving, going to LA, going to Atlanta, going to New York, and then we don't come back. And you all often want to know why these artists don't come back to Birmingham and do anything, because you didn't do anything to help propel them to begin with. So now that I'm off my soapbox, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. The conversation is art.
Well, look,
And we-
Valton, look, soapboxes are part of the art of conversation. So
That's
we
right,
have
that's
those
right.
too. And
Yeah,
Sherry,
yeah.
on the lines, for me, I remember I've shared this before, that one of my fun times was when what was the thing downtown they had? City Stages. I
Oh.
enjoyed City Stages much better when it had the up and coming artists. And then when they really made it, I was like, oh, I can remember when I saw them when they were, at City Stages. And everybody wants to see the big name artists, but every big name artist started out in their local community. And we need to do that more. I mean, nothing against the Alice Stevens Center. You can go over there and see big names. You can support our local artists wherever they are. And I tell people this, I've supported a lot of things before I did actually attend and knew I wasn't going to be able to attend. So you don't have to physically be there or able to go to support someone. Now, if you one of those people like, well, I ain't gonna spend money if I can't go. Well, if you can't go, buy it and gift it to someone that can't go, that can't afford to buy the ticket. It's a way for you to support. And I'm one of those people. I almost hate it. We have the mentality when people are doing things and they're trying to, make their living or even sell things. We always got to, what I'm gonna get, we got to get a t-shirt. We got to get something. That's taking money out. Support the talent. We got to stop wanting these little trinkets because we invest in someone. Invest in the fact that you get to see them to pursue their dream, be successful, and hopefully in them being successful that they will give back as well. If you discover somebody that gets up there just being selfish, well, that's your choice. And I probably wouldn't support them anymore either. But when you see people up there that are doing things in their community, you need to support that because that's helping us collectively. So I had to go and back up the soapbox. Hey, me and Valton, look, we connected. Val and Val, we got to be on the same page.
It's the Val and Val show. It's the Val and Val show. So Sherry, Valerie, do you have the Voyage pulled up?
Oh yeah, I'm the DJ now. I'm ready.
All right.
Do I?
Well, DJ, kick that record. DJ, hello, DJ.
DJ.
It's an art to this now.
There she is.
Oh, okay.
Gotta hit play.
Yeah, you got to unmute it.
I had to unmute it.
Yeah. Our baby right here.
That's
All
not.
right, we see you. We see you. All right, you on the map. You on the map. That's what's up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
That's
Sherry, let me ask you this. Do you have a band or?
I have several friends that I can call on when I do need live performance.
Mhm.
I mean, I could perform with tracks or I could perform with a live band. So I have a select group that I like to call on. And if any of those pieces are unavailable, then I have someone else that I might can call on. But I have several friends that I can call on to form a band for me.
Okay, so y'all caught that right. Several. So if you're in that business, you need to have a backup to the permanent backup.
Yeah,
In
one
case.
can't make it, I got another one I can call on.
Yeah, because things happen. As a matter of fact, what's the Barcades? Larry talked about that. Was that him that got called? Who was that got called about at the last minute to fill in and ended up going overseas?
Mm.
I think it was Larry.
It was Larry, yeah, with the Barcade. It was kind of like, you can play, come on. And
Yeah.
I think
Uh-huh.
before the world. So your talent can take you places when you least expect.
And we've had some good talent on here, Sherry. If you don't know, we've had a lot of different people. First of all, let's give a shout out to Carter Law. because
Yes.
Carter is
Yes,
one.
Carter.
Carter is an old pal of mine from school, and he's done a phenomenal job in getting folks on this show. I think
Yeah.
the following weeks we'll have but Eric Essex before the Will Downing concert.
Yes.
So next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will not be on live with Conversation is Art, the Val and Val show, because After 7 will be here. After 7 will be in Birmingham. And that's to take nothing away from what we're doing right now. But there'll be so many people that will be at that concert, because that concert is with Jefferson County pushing the COVID vaccine. That's why that concert is taking place. So you may want to go and check that out, because it's going to be a very, very, very good concert. After 7 is a very good group. Of course, it's Kenny Edmonds is the brother to After 7. What's he? Babyface?
Yeah, Babyface.
His brother is in this group. So next week we will not be on Conversation is Art, the Val show, because so many people will be at that show and won't tune in to us. We understand. That's all right, y'all. But we'll get you back. But we got you now, and we'll get you the following week, I think, with Eric Essex coming on before he goes live with Glenn Jones, Peebo Bryson, Najee, and Will Downing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I know you all enjoying this music. We're sharing from Sherry's first release and now this one. So we don't want you to just enjoy. We want you to buy, purchase on all these streaming platforms. Yes, you can listen on YouTube. Yes, but we want you to purchase it. Okay.
So all the digital platforms you can find.
That's right. She's not like, it costs to do this. You see this nice photo shoot she had? This is a nice album cover. So
I had to pay somebody for all that. All the graphics and everything. Ooh.
Well, look, honey, you standing up there looking like mess with me if you want to. Try it. That's that look.
Come for me. Come on.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank
so
you.
Look, so share with our listening audience what's next. Where you gonna be performing next? What you got on your
matter of fact, I will be at the Function in the Junction next Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
12:30, I hit the stage after the Golden Hummingbirds.
Okay. Look, Sherry, my daughter is 28. Her uncle Thurman, who grew up in Inslee, started taking her probably when she was 3 to the Function in the Junction. And sadly, several years ago, they were planning to go and he died like a day before. I mean, totally unexpected. And believe it or not, she has not been since then. She was like, Mom, it just don't seem the same with that. But that was just part of his heritage to our kids and making sure that they knew about the Function in the Junction. And that's a major event. We need to appreciate these things, especially now, the past year, and I hate to bring this up, but George Floyd, that really should make us go back and embrace just where we come from, the ability with the music. These things are what our ancestors was able to leave with us, because so much was stolen, but the music and the joyfulness. I was telling somebody, it's just different when we come and do music. I mean, it's different.
Yeah,
it is totally different. It is totally different when we have that, because even in our lowest moments, we can get some music and it will lift our heads up and lift our spirits up and give us just a little bit more to just keep pushing, keep going. And hopefully one day our future generations won't have to be dealing with all of these things. They can just be. They can just live in this world and be whomever they want to be and pursue whatever type careers they want. Like Valton. Valton's voice is just simply phenomenal. I always compliment you on your voice. Don't try to act like I'm just shocking you tonight. Look at him putting on.
Well, thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie.
Look, he was going to try to act like, oh, she give me a compliment. I always give you that compliment. La Cherie, deal with him when we log off, okay?
You already know she's on.
I know, but you know what? And we don't even think about that. I think sometimes children's talents get squashed when they're young, because people say, oh, go sit down somewhere. And I'm sure like Valton probably talked a lot, like me, and people say, go and sit down, not realizing that our voice is a gift.
Right.
Our voice is a gift. You know, just think, you in the 4th grade, if somebody told you, girl, put that flute down. You need to play no flute.
Right. Go in there and play paper dolls.
Yeah, that could have had a whole different outcome for you.
Right.
I wasn't finna play that clarinet, so I'm gonna play that flute.
Yeah. So I tell people, you know, if you see people are trying to do something, let them try. If they're not good at that, they'll pivot and do something else, with the exception. Let me put this out here. Okay, y'all.
If I could back up for just a second, let me give a shout out to Mr. Kelvin Billion for writing that song for me. Voyage.
Okay.
Kelvin wrote that song for me, wrote it and produced it.
That's awesome.
We had live musicians in on that recording. Mr. Eric Dubose was on the guitar, the lead guitar.
I thought I heard Eric over there.
And Mr. Jeff Perry was on the drums for me. And I had Sean Michael Ray playing that bass guitar.
Sean Michael Ray. In fact, Sean Michael Ray, Carter and I all went to school together. We were classmates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to all those gentlemen for helping me to push that thing out there, and it made it out there to Smooth Jazz Top 100.
That's awesome.
It even went overseas, and it came in number 1, number 2 for like 5 weeks in a row over in Europe.
Good job. May I have your autograph, please?
Sure.
You know what, Sherry, you said something. You said came in number 2 in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing to me that
yes, international.
Oftentimes people, I just can't understand over there.
Over there, way over there.
I mean, and I've heard artists go over there, have successful careers, and then when they got to come back. It's almost like we got to take people through so much. I was having a conversation today about the word resilience. And you know, we throw that around. Oh, be resilient. You got to be resilient. And I just said, let me go look this up for y'all and tell y'all what resilience means. It means to have to overcome. And it's like, do we want to spend our lives always having to fight to overcome everything? Right. I mean, there are things we have to overcome, and they should be the things that we have no control of. You know, if they're downsized and I get laid off, okay, I got to get myself together, push through and go get me another job. But I should not have to overcome being harassed on a job. I shouldn't have to be resilient against that. So I decided in 2021, I don't even like that word anymore, because we shouldn't have to fight to be successful. If you're talented, it doesn't matter who is Sherry Reeves. I don't have to know who Sherry Reeves is. She's talented.
Right.
You know,
it
shouldn't be, Valter has a nice voice. Well, like Valter said, well, I remember in high school, Valter didn't speak to me. Well, if we gauge stuff out what happened long ago, none of us would get grace to do anything.
Right.
So we just have to realize that. So I am so glad to be able to meet you, even though it's virtually, and I can't wait to actually see you perform.
Maybe you'll come out there next week to the function.
To the function in Junction. Yeah. I have to tell my daughter still be here. Will she still be here? I don't know. I think so.
What's next week?
Huh?
The 24th?
24th.
We ought to broadcast from out there, Valerie.
We can.
We should broadcast.
I'll be out there with my band, and I'm sure I'll be at Perfect Note in the near future. I'm just waiting for me to give me a invite. And I have this riverboat that I perform on, Coosa Queen.
Okay.
Out there in Pell City on Lake Logan Martin.
I got
a couple of cruises on the calendar. I have August 27th, and I have September 24th.
You know, I have to tell my good friend that they live out there on the lake. They retired. Okay. They retired, went down to the beach, lived there 5 years, and then grandkids started showing up, and they had to come back. So I would definitely tell Krista and her husband for sure.
Those are dinner cruises. So if they can hit me up on Facebook, Sherry Reeves on Facebook, and inbox me and make your reservations with me. And we always have a fascinating time on the lake.
You bring your own food and beverages or something? Or
this is a dinner cruise. The dinner is catered from a restaurant near the boat. So
I know there was one in Gaston I used to go on.
No, this is Lake Logan Martin in Pell City. And
Yeah.
they cater the dinner. The admission is $40. You get a dinner, you get a meat, 2 vegetables, tea and water, and a dessert. And you're
Oh.
welcome to bring whatever you want to eat or drink in addition to that. But you get the dinner, a 2-hour cruise on the lake, and I'm performing live R&B and jazz for you.
And give me those dates again.
August 27th, Friday evening, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And there's September the 24th. I think that's that Friday evening, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Admission is $40. Inbox me on Facebook, Sherry Reeves. Make your reservation with me. You got to make them quick now because the boat only holds 50 people. I just had one on June 26th. Boy, we had a ball. I had to tell them people, you got to get off the boat. Y'all got to go home. It's over.
You said the boat holds 50 people?
Yeah, it's a maximum of 50 people on this boat.
What's that, the minimum, the minnow?
The max.
The minnow.
Huh? The minimum?
Oh, he being
minimum?
funny.
The minnow would be lost, you know.
Oh, get out of here.
Gilligan's Island.
You better get up out of here with that Gilligan's Island.
The minnow would be lost.
Hey, if I get 15, we still can party.
All right. Okay.
Minimum 15, maximum 50.
Don't fool with Val. Don't fool with it.
Talking about some Gilligan's Island. Yeah, I have that coming up, and then I also have private events on my calendar too. I have like 3 weddings I have to go play some song selections for in August.
Okay, well, great. Well, great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm getting busy again, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. That's a real blessing.
Well, Sherry, we've had a wonderful time with you. We're not going to hold you any longer. It's been great.
Okay.
We'll definitely be following you and supporting you. So we usually close out. You know, Valson already had a soapbox.
I got one more thing to add.
Yeah.
I might not have shared the stage with them at the same time, but I was on a lineup with the OJs at that Steel City Jazz Festival, the last one they had.
Whoa, that's
Might not have shared the stage with them, but I opened it up that day.
Yeah, well, good. Good. Yeah. At least
I met Najee, and I met Kyle Turner and Kirk Whalum. I met all them cool cats.
good, great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kyle came down here, back in when we had On the Avenue. Do you remember that place?
Yes.
I might be too young to know what that is.
But On the Avenue was a jazz club on 3rd Avenue, 18th Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, long time ago. And that's when I met Kyle.
Okay. Now I've actually from that festival, I actually hooked up with Kyle Turner again, and I opened up for another concert for him. And it was in Montgomery, Alabama later that year.
Yeah, connections, networking.
Yeah, connections, networking and connections. I'm talking
Right.
about the people that organized it. They made sure that I met every last one of those entertainers.
Well, good deal. Good deal.
You know what, Valton? I'm sitting here thinking we actually need to share it, and she may know it with Leah Marie, because Leah Marie know everybody in music, don't she?
I know. Because I would love to participate in the Seabreeze Jazz Festival. That's what I would love to get an invite out there.
Now, who's doing that one?
I don't know, but I want to go, and I want to be on the stage.
Is that the one that
That's the one in Florida.
Yeah, Eric
Okay.
and Peebo and all these other people?
Yeah, if I only know who was arranging it, boy, I would love to get on that stage.
You already mentioned Sean Michael Ray. Contact Sean.
Yes, I sure did. I will contact Sean.
Sean, I was at he did my brother's birthday party a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah. So contact Sean and find out. I mean, it's all about a phone call.
It sure is.
But
See that, you all? Conversation is art. We do more than just conversation. We do
Conversation, baby. Conversation.
So Sherry, we want you to hold on when we drop this live feed so we can let everybody else continue to have their dinner and their glasses of wine or whatever they're doing at home.
Okay.
But y'all, Birmingham, we thank you all for joining us, and from around the country, from around the world, from all over the place. We thank you for joining us tonight, and beware, next week we will not hold Conversation as Art, the Val and Val show, because of the concert that's taking place with After 7, but we will be back the following week. And I think Carter has already lined up the artist for us to speak to. And I think it's Eric Essex. I cannot be sure, but I think that's what I saw.
Yeah.
And Valerie, do you have anything you want to say as we part?
No, I'm good. I've really enjoyed and loving your music. We'll definitely be listening to more.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
We always like to leave the audience with a little word from P.D. Green. And he always says, I tell it to you hot, I tell it to you cold. I tell it to young, I tell it to the old. On the Val and Val show, we don't want no lying. On the Val and Val show, we don't want no dying or no crying. But on the Val and Val show, we certainly don't want no signifying. Love, peace, and woo! Hang on now, Sherry.
Okay.